Behold diplomacy, the classic game of dice-free strategy. But alas, we found the current printing of the game uses cardboard tokens for armies and navies, and that just won't work on our gaming table. So join us in this video as we retheme the game from World War I to Napoleonic and build the set we want to play with. I'm Heath.
And I'm Megan.
And today we are here with
the 50th anniversary version of Diplomacy.
Yes, this has been a classic game in my family because I remember one of the original editions of Diplomacy being over at the grandparents' house. I'm sure it was Uncle Robert's. So I remember I played it before, and I thought this would be an excellent game to have at our gaming table.
Okay.
And so I picked up that version right there. But I was immediately disappointed to find out when I opened it up that, well, here are the armies, and those are the navies. Punch boards.
Cardboard.
I think we can do better than this. So I was trying to come up with a different solution to get this game on our table. So look what I found.
Ooh.
These are some Napoleonic miniatures. So they're not World War I, but it's a whole bag of armies and navies, infantry, cavalry, and also, importantly, warships that are kind of Napoleonic style. There's artillery as well right here. So it's not World War I, it's earlier than that, but how much does that bother you?
Not that much.
Okay.
As long as we make it look nice.
I think we'll make it look nice. It'll style the game a little bit earlier for us, but I love the Napoleonic period anyway. So I think that also because, like I said, this is kind of an abstract game. It only has armies and navies. We can put them together in different combinations and make them look good. But also, I think that we don't try to paint them ultra realistically.
Yeah.
It'll be fast. I think it'll be fast. It'll be fun. And I think it'll
elevate it
really good. It will elevate it for our gaming table. So let's jump in. The first step in this project was to buy a big bag of Napoleonic miniatures off of Amazon. It came with all kinds of colors, and so they were just perfect to use for these descent miniatures. But I didn't want to use them just as raw plastic. And plus they had orange and not quite enough miniatures in each color anyway, so I wanted to divide them up. So I thought that spray painting them would make them better anyway.
Yeah.
So we divided them all up and then used, for the most part, Krylon spray paint. So we did prime these first.
Yes.
I did have paint and primer from Army Painter for some colors, and if I had that, I just used that. But in the event that I just had straight, for instance, Krylon spray paint, primed first, then spray painted.
And this was a pretty simple project overall.
It was. Don't try to do this with a brush. The ease of this
the
was
spray painting is the way to go.
That you can take it all outside and just spray paint it. That got the base color on really fast.
Yeah. And it looks really good. Everything's covered well.
And it does look better than just being plastic.
I can't imagine the amount of time it would take if we needed to paint it one by one.
The next thing to do is I just dunked all of these miniatures in the wash. Now, you could get more sophisticated here. You could lay them on their side, but we did just dunk them and then stand them up.
Just go with it.
That does have the situation where some of the wash runs down to the feet, so if you're doing, you wouldn't use this technique for your really nice miniatures. But for this, it worked well.
All of them, it was a quick way to get them all with dimension and shadow.
Exactly. It got the dimension and shadow in them, exactly. After that, we started to spray paint them again. And we were basically using a light spray paint of a lighter color in order to give them a little bit more highlight. Right, exactly. A little bit more interest. And so I would hit them at a 45-degree angle with a can of spray paint and then also straight from the top as well. This is a fast way to paint up a whole bunch of pieces where you don't lose the playability of the piece.
It's very effective, definitely.
We could have come by and done like the brown hulls of all the different ships and just left the sails or something the color, but you don't need to spend all that time, especially on something like this.
And then finally we did a clear coat to seal everything.
Everything did get sealed in a matte clear coat. And really, this was an afternoon's project.
Yeah, it didn't take that long.
And we produced many more than we needed. There was a whole bunch of things in that bag, and we have a bunch left over. Now, for the bases here, I had these cut for another game, and I'm not even sure the reason why I had them cut, but I had all these circles that have been laser cut out of plastic. They're a very shiny acrylic, And so I just went in and pulled a bunch of them out and glued them on. Right. Now in diplomacy, it doesn't matter An army is just an army, and a navy is just a navy. But with the different size of the board and things like that, I really love the cannons. They're my favorite. But they're larger, but that way you can just use whichever one you like for some variety on the tabletop, even though they're all armies. This was a fun, fast, and effective project.
Yeah. I like fun and fast.
And it needed it, because the cardboard counters just didn't work.
Yeah, this looks a lot better.
And actually, this is even better than the original I played on with the wood counters. So this is great. Now, of course, it doesn't have the World War I look, but that doesn't bother me at all. By the time...
These aren't exactly World War I.
Right, but by the time it all gets set up on the board,
Yeah.
and just because it's all got a consistent theme anyway,
Yeah. I think
it
it's a
looks
lot
great.
easier to keep track of things, too.
This was an afternoon project for the most part. So if you were trying to get this, I mean, it was cheap, picked it up, all these pieces from Amazon, they got painted, then they got put on bases. So this is an easy way to enhance a board game.
Elevate. Yeah.
Right, to bring it to another level. So definitely a doable project. And, you know, I've been a fan of Napoleon for a long time, so I like that we made it a bit more Napoleonic. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So I saw on Twitter that people were like, before you play diplomacy, make sure that you take care of anger management issues for all the players before they start.
Okay, we'll have to address that first.
If they want to catch up with you, where do they do that?
I am at Megan Pecco on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm at Heath Robinson on Instagram and Twitter as well. And of course, this channel is the place to be if you'd like to subscribe for more videos about improving board games, making stuff in the workshop. We got a lot going on.
Give us a like.
Give us a thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. See you in another video.